Welcome to the Institute of Mathematical Sciences. This is welcome to Ganita Karnakam. This is a program that we organize every year for children of Chennai. Before that, I will just tell you a few words about the Institute of Mathematical Sciences. This is a research institute. We do research in mathematics, physics, computer science, and biology. This institute is supported by the Department of Atomic Energy, Government of India. And we have programs, we have PhD programs and integrated PhD programs. So if you want to study physics, mathematics, or computer science, or biology, you can come here after you finish your MSc, or even after your BSc, we have an integrated PhD program for such students. So today we have, I think we have four different items for you. And the first one, I'm very happy to introduce Roopika. I just request Professor Ramanujan to come and tell us a few words about Roopika, because I don't speak Tamil very well, but so he will introduce her in Tamil.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். என் பெயர் ராமானுஜம். நான் இந்த நிறுவனத்தில் பணிபுரிகிறேன். இந்த முதல் அமர்வுக்கான ரிசோர்ஸ் பர்சன் அவங்க ரூபிகா சூத் அவர்களை அறிமுகப்படுத்துறதில் நான் பெருமகிழ்ச்சி அடைகிறேன். அவங்கள முதல்ல வெல்கம் பண்ணுவோம். அவங்க டெல்லி பல்கலைக்கழகத்தில் வணிகவியல் படித்தாங்க. அதுக்கப்புறம் MBA படித்தாங்க. அதற்கு பிறகு ஆதித்ய பிர்லா குரூப் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறோம், அதில் ஒரு எக்ஸிக்யூட்டிவ் பொசிஷனில் இருந்தாங்க. அப்புறம் அதெல்லாம் வேண்டாம், எல்லாம் ரொம்ப ஜாஸ்தி காசு கொடுக்குறாங்களோ என்னமோ, ரொம்ப they were paying you too much, right? So you decided to quit. So she was making too much money. அதெல்லாம் வேணான்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு பள்ளி ஆசிரியராக பணிபுரிந்தார். இது ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஒரு விஷயம் இல்லையா? எங்கேயோ ஒரு இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில் ஒரு பெரிய மேனேஜராக இருக்கிறவங்க அதெல்லாம் விட்டுட்டு வேண்டாம், நான் குழந்தைங்களுக்கு சொல்லிக் கொடுக்கணும் அப்படின்னு வந்தவங்க. அவங்க ரிஷி வேலி பல்கலைக்கழகத்தில். அதற்கு பிறகு சஹயாத்ரி ஸ்கூலில் ஒரு கலை ஆசிரியராக, அதுவும் ரொம்ப முக்கியமானது. ஏன்னா நம்ம வழக்கமாக கணிதத்தை பற்றி பேசும்பொழுது கலையை பற்றி சிந்திக்கிறதே கிடையாது. ஸோ டு திங்க் ஆஃப் ஆர்ட் அண்ட் மேத்மேட்டிக்ஸ் இன் த சேம் பிரெத் இஸ் சம்திங் வெரி ஸ்பெஷல் ஃபார் அஸ். ஸோ ஒரு கலை ஆசிரியர் இங்கே நம்மோடு உட்கார்ந்து கணிதம் செய்வது ரொம்ப மகிழ்ச்சியான ஒரு விஷயம். அவங்க இன்றைக்கு இங்கே சென்னையில் மதி ஃபவுண்டேஷனோட பல பணிகள் செய்திருக்கிறாங்க. ஒரிகாமியில் மிக முக்கியமான அதை கணிதம் கற்றுத்தருவதற்கு பயன்படுத்துவது எவ்வளோ முக்கியம் என்பது பற்றி நிறைய ஆராய்ச்சிகள் செய்துட்ருக்காங்க, பல பணிகள் செய்துட்ருக்குறாங்க. அவங்க ஒரிகாமி செய்வது என்பது குழந்தைகளுக்காக மட்டுமல்ல, எல்லா வயதினருக்காகவும், பீப்புள் ஆஃப் ஆல் ஏஜஸ், விச் ஐ வாண்ட் டு எம்ஃபசைஸ், ரைட்? அந்த காகிதம் அடிப்புங்கிறது குழந்தைங்களுக்காக மட்டும் இல்லை, எல்லாருக்கும் தான் அப்படிங்கிறதும் அவங்களுடைய ஒரு முக்கியமான ஒரு பாயிண்ட். இங்கே இல்லை, கம்பெனியில் வேலை செய்கிறவங்களுக்கெல்லாம் கூட அவங்க போய் ஆரிகாமி சொல்லித்தராங்க. அவங்களுடைய பட்டறைகள் ரொம்ப வித்தியாசமானவை. அவங்க இங்கே வந்திருக்கிறது நமக்கு ரொம்ப மகிழ்ச்சிகரமான ஒன்று. இப்பொழுது அவங்க இன்றைக்கி ஃபுல் டைமாக இது செய்கிறாங்க. அந்த காகிதம் அடிப்பு, அதன் மூலமாக கலை, கணிதம் எல்லாருக்கும் எடுத்துகிட்டு போகுதுங்கிறதே அவங்க முழு நேரமாக இன்றைக்கு அந்த பணி செய்துட்ருக்குறாங்க. அவர்களை நாம் மிக உற்சாகத்தோடு வரவேற்கிறோம். பல விதமான காகிதம் அடிப்பு செயல்பாடுகள் உங்களுக்கு கற்றுத்தருவதற்காக வந்திருக்கிறாங்க. அவங்களுக்கு நேரடியாக ஆங்கிலத்தில் பேச முடியலனாலும், தமிழில் பேச முடியலனாலும் அவங்க ஆங்கிலத்தில் பேசுவாங்க. அங்கங்கே இருக்கக்கூடிய ஆசிரியர்கள் மாணவர்களுக்கு எடுத்து சொல்லுமாறு நான் கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறேன். எனிபடி ஹூ ஹஸ் அ ப்ராப்ளம் அட் எனி டைம், ஏதாவது பிரச்சனை இருந்ததுன்னா உடனே நிறுத்தி என்னன்னு கேளுங்க. மொழிபெயர்ப்புங்கிறது பிரச்சனையே கிடையாது, யார் வேணாலும் எங்கே வேணாலும் செய்கிறதுக்கு நிறைய பேர் அங்கங்கே இருக்கிறோம். அதனால் மொழியினால் இந்த பேச்சு ஜாஸ்தி கிடையாது, இது முழுக்க கை வேலை தான். இருந்தாலும் ஏதாவது ப்ராப்ளம் இருந்ததுன்னா உடனே நிறுத்தி கேட்கலாம், யார் வேணால் எப்போ வேணாலும் கேட்கலாம், ரைட்? Anybody can ask a question at any time.
Absolutely, anytime.
Yeah. So over to Roopika.
Thank you very much. So the surprising thing is that I don't understand a word of what he said. So I don't understand Tamil at all, even though I've been in Chennai for the last year or so, year and a half now. So if at any point you feel that I'm not making sense, just follow my hands. I think that's easiest. I've realized over the last 10 years that when language doesn't work, actions do, right? So at any point, if you feel you're not understanding what I'm saying, just raise your hand and I'll try explaining that with either actions or pictures, and we'll play that game again. Is that okay? Would that be fine? Yes? Okay. I'm not sure if he told you, I've been a teacher for the last decade or so. I wasn't trained to be a teacher. And my 2 pence for this morning would be something that I've learned the hard way. If there's anything that seems easy to you, please follow that. Because when I was growing up, I was taught to not follow what was easy and do everything that was difficult. But now that I'm in my late 30s, I realized that the things that were easy were the things that have called me and pulled me at various stages of my life, right? And so as a child, I enjoyed art. I enjoyed playing with shapes. I enjoyed playing with materials. Then I was trained as an accountant, as a marketing person. I did all of that and came back to doing origami, right? So you don't do that long turn in your lives, make it a shortcut. Everything that's simple for you is what you're meant to do, right? Because colors and shapes and being with young people and young children and doing art together seemed to be the easy thing for me when I was younger. I've taken about 10 years to come back to it and spend 10 years doing that, and I promise you I've never been happier. And which is what brings me here today. I'm very excited to share with you a tiny bit of what paper means to me. How many of you have heard of origami? Has anybody heard of the word origami? Okay, I won't call you on stage, so you can straighten your hand. Promise I won't call you on stage. Okay, that's quite a few of you. Can any one of you just raise your hand and tell me what origami is? Sorry? Can you tell me what origami is? Yes? Paper folding, exactly. So origami originated or came from Japan. Okay, have you heard of the country Japan? Yes? So it came from the country Japan. Ori means folding. Kami means paper. Okay, so origami combined together means paper folding, right? Now if you see on the screen here, there are quite a few models that you must have seen. Have you seen the paper boat? How many of you have seen the paper boat earlier? Can you just raise your hands? Okay, most of you have seen the paper boat? Yes? Okay, we'll keep that away then. Have you seen the paper fan? How many of you have seen the paper fan? Okay, we'll keep that away also. Have you seen the crane? The origami crane. Have you seen the paper crane, which flaps its wings like this? Can you see it? Okay, so we'll keep that away as well. Have you seen the origami butterfly? Yeah, some of you? Okay, so we'll keep that away also. Now these are the 4 most popular origami models, okay? How many of you have seen this model here? I'll show it on the screen. Can you see this? Yeah. That will be great. Yeah, sure. So you need a mic, yeah. Okay. It doesn't get lost, yeah, sure. So I think what everybody is getting now is a set of papers, right, for you to fold. Can you see this? Can you see this?
Do you want them to do it now or?
Sorry?
You're just showing these?
I'm just showing this, yeah.
So, இப்போ வந்து அவங்க வந்து பல விதமான வடிவங்களை காமிச்சிட்டு இருக்காங்க. அப்புறம் நீங்களும் செய்ய போறீங்க. எல்லாத்தையும் they're going to do it also. நீங்களும் செய்ய போறீங்க. இப்போ முதல்ல பார்க்கிறதுக்கு அவங்க பல விதமான வடிவங்கள் காமிச்சிருக்காங்க இல்லையா? அந்த வடிவங்கள் எல்லாத்தையும் பாருங்கள். இந்த மாதிரி வடிவங்களை நாமளும் அமைக்க போகிறோங்கிறது தான் முக்கியமானது இந்த இதில். ஸோ முதல்ல இந்த பேப்பர்லாம் வாங்கிக்கோங்க. அவங்க முதல்ல சொன்னதை நான் கொஞ்சம் வலியுறுத்த விரும்புகிறேன். என்ன சொன்னாங்கன்னா, நாம் வந்து ஆரம்பத்தில் பல விஷயங்கள் நமக்கு சில சுலபமாக இருக்குது, பல விஷயங்கள் கடினமாக இருக்குது. கடினமானது தான் செய்யணும், நமக்கு ரொம்ப கஷ்டமானதை ரொம்ப முயற்சி பண்ணி செய்யணும் அப்படிங்கிறது நினைக்கிறது உண்மைதான். ஆனால் நமக்கு எது சுலபமாக இருக்குதோ, நம்மால் எது நல்ல நிச்சயமாக சந்தோஷமாக செய்ய முடியுதுன்னு நினைக்கிறோமோ அது வாழ்க்கை முழுக்க எப்படி செய்ய முடியும்னு நினச்சி பாருங்கள். அவங்க சொன்னது அதுதான் ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஒரு விஷயம் நினைக்கிறேன். நம்ம வாழ்க்கையில் நம்ம சுலபமாக எதை செய்ய முடியும், சந்தோஷமாக செய்ய முடியும், what we can do happily, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So that's something that, right, okay.
So you can, yeah, you can. Okay, so I'm going to show you a few models that are not very popular, that are not very common, One of them was this. Have you seen this earlier? Right? What about this? Or has any one of you seen this? I'm not sure if this is very clear. Okay. Can we switch off this light? Would that help? Or shall I show it to you like this? Can any of you see this? Is this? Yeah? Now it's clearer, right? Okay. So this is one single sheet of paper, right? And can you see how it makes the paper flexible? Should we get started with some very basic folds now? How many of you are ready? We'll do some very basic folds, okay? Just follow my hands. What you need is this. You need 6 sheets of paper, 3 different colors. So you need maybe 2 of the first color. I'm taking green, yellow and orange. So I need 2 greens, 2 yellows and 2 oranges. If you have blue, that's also fine. So 3 colors, 2 sheets each. Yeah. Please raise your hands if you don't have the paper. If you don't have 6 sheets, please raise your hands. I think that side there are a couple of hands there. I think most of you now have your sheets. If you don't, you can pick them up in another 5 minutes. Let's get started with folding, shall we? Can you just raise your hands if you don't have 6 sheets of paper? Just raise your hands. In case you don't have 6 sheets of paper, please raise your hands. You need 3 colors, 2 sheets for every color. So that makes it 6 sheets. Everybody back there has 6 sheets? Yeah. In case you need extra sheets, you can ask for them a little later. Let's get started because this will take a little time. Let's get started now, right? Can that corner be a little quieter, please? This side of boys, please. Can you please be a little quieter? Okay. Sir, I'll need you to translate this for me. Yeah. So, okay, shall we start? Yes? Perfect. Okay. Origami is of various kinds. Okay. Sometimes you use 1 sheet of paper. Sometimes you use many sheets of paper. Is that okay? Right now we're going to use 6 sheets of paper. But all these models that I showed you with are with 1 sheet of paper. So could you just help me translate that?
அவங்க இது வரைக்கும் இந்த பல வடிவங்களை காமிச்சாங்க. அதெல்லாம் ஒரே ஒரு மாடலில் பண்ணது, ஒரே ஒரு ஷீட்டில் பண்ணது. இப்போ வந்து 6 ஷீட் வச்சு பண்ண போகிறோம். எல்லாருக்கிட்டையும் இருக்கு இல்லையா? 6 ஆரம்பிக்கலாமா? சரி, ஆரம்பிப்போம். இல்சா.
So when you use 1 sheet of paper, it's called single sheet origami. Many sheets is called modular origami. Okay? What you're doing is the simplest known modular origami model. Okay? It's the simplest. So in modular origami, every piece looks identical. Okay? You make the same kind from different sheets. So what I do with 1 sheet, I want you to do with the remaining 5 also. Could you just translate that?
Yes.
Yeah.
இப்போ பண்ணுறது மாடுலர் ஒரிகாமின்னு பேர். இப்போ 6 காகிதங்கள் வச்சுருக்கீங்க இல்லையா, ஒவ்வொரு காகிதத்துலேருந்தும் ஒரு வடிவம் பண்ண போகிறீங்க. அதே வடிவத்தை 6 முறை பண்ண போகிறீங்க, ஒவ்வொரு மடல்ல இருந்தும் ஒவ்வொரு முறை. அது சேர்த்து மொத்தமாக ஒன்று பண்ண போகிறோம். சரிங்களா? அதுக்கு மாடுலர் ஒரிகாமின்னு பேர். அப்போ பண்ணுவோம்.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So to begin with, take any color, one single sheet, right? Can anybody tell me what shape is this? It's a square. How do you know it's a square? It looks okay. It looks like a square. Yeah? The opposite sides will never meet, right? They are parallel. They are like a railway track, right? They will always go parallel. They will never meet like this. Yeah? They are parallel and equal sides. Okay? So when I say take the opposite sides together and fold, just watch here, look at the screen. I'm not making the full crease. Okay? I'll make a mark here and I'll make a mark here. Okay? So it will seem like just this much and this much. That's all. I need you to take the opposite edges and put them together and only pinch here. Just hold these together. When you open, you'll have only these marks. You don't need to draw it. You don't need to draw it. I'm drawing so that you can see the creases clearly. So can you translate that to them?
Sure. நீங்கள் அந்த கோடு வரைய வேண்டியதில்லை. அந்த 2 முனையில் மட்டும் கையால் அழுத்தம் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. நீங்கள் பிரிச்சப்புறம் அங்கே மட்டும் அந்த அழுத்தம் தெரியணும்.
Okay, are we done? Do you have these marks? Do you have these creases? Yeah? Okay, now get the lower crease over here, okay, to meet this crease here and this crease here. And now press the whole thing. Now press the whole thing. Do the same thing on the other side. Do the same thing on the other side. Can someone tell me what shape this is? What's the difference between a rectangle and a square? What? Opposite sides are equal, right? But isn't that also the same for a square? Opposite sides of a square are equal, right? Yes? All sides are equal, but opposite sides are also equal, no? Yeah? Right? So here, this is equal to this, and this is equal to this. So isn't a square also a rectangle? Opposite sides are equal? Yes? It's a special rectangle, right? Yeah, where all the sides are equal, right? Yes? Okay, now that you have a rectangle here, I want you to fold the 2 smaller edges. These are the 2 smaller edges. The smaller sides, get them together like this, and again make pinch marks just here. Just make the pinch marks. So you'll have only this. Yes? Make only the pinch marks here, not the full line. Okay? Now get the smaller edges to meet the pinch marks like you did earlier. Like that. Yes? So your module or your unit will look like this. Does it look like this? Does it look like this? Yeah? Just hold it up. Just hold it up if you've made it. Perfect. Okay. That's your finished module. Can you make the same thing with the remaining 5 sheets? Quickly. Right? Make it as precisely as possible and as quietly as possible. So can you translate that please?
இப்போ நீங்க பண்ணது வந்து ஒரு உறுப்பு இதே போல மறுபடியும் 5 பண்ணணும். பொறுமையா பண்ணுங்க. ஞாபகம் இருக்கும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். சீக்கிரமாவும் பண்ணுங்க. எவ்வளவு சீக்கிரம் பண்ண முடியுமோ பண்ணுங்க. பாப்போம். நீங்க பண்ணது இதே மாதிரி மறுபடியும் பண்ணணும்.
2 sheets of each. Yes. So you'll have 2 oranges, 2 yellows, 2 greens or blues, right? But 2 of each color.
நீங்க பண்ணி முடிச்ச அப்புறம் 6 இருக்கணும் உங்க கையில.
If you get
ஒரு நேரத்துல 2, ஒவ்வொரு நேரத்துலயும் 2, இது போல மொத்தம் 6 இருக்கணும்.
If you're forgetting the steps, please remember this is not a test. Please cheat and look left and right, or you can see the screen up there.
ஞாபகம் இருக்கா எல்லாருக்கும்?
Yeah, thanks. The adults can also fold around. Yeah, the adults can team up because they have a paucity of time. Raise your hand if you're on your third piece. Third piece. Raise your hand if you're on your fourth piece. Good. Fifth piece. Some of you. Okay. Sixth piece. I'll teach you. Okay, one quick count again. How many on your third piece? Good. How many on your fourth piece? More hands this time. Excellent. Fifth piece? Super. Sixth piece? Excellent. Okay. So we'll wait for another minute. Shall we? Should we wait for another minute? All of you will need to find a partner to hold your model while you're fixing it. You'll make your own model, but to fix that model, you'll need help. So can you translate that for me?
எல்லாரும் ஆறு பண்ணியிருப்பீங்க இல்லை பண்ணிட்டு இருப்பீங்க. இதுக்கப்புறம் வந்து நீங்கள் ரெண்டு பேராக வேலை செய்யணும். உங்களோடது நீங்கள் தான் பண்ணுவீங்க, ஆனால் உங்கள் பக்கத்தில் இருக்கிற அது பிடிச்சிட்டு இருக்கணும் உங்களுக்காக. அதனால் 2 பேரை சேர்ந்து இனிமேல் பண்ணுவோம். இன்னும் 1 நிமிஷத்தில் பண்ணி முடிச்சுட்டு அடுத்தது பண்ணுவோம். எல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் சீக்கிரம் பண்ண பாருங்கள்.
Those who raise their hands for 6 pieces finished, can we be quiet? Just a little quiet? Yeah? So that the rest of them can catch up quickly. Those of you who are finished, can you see what's on the screen? Can you see what's on the screen? This is what you're going to make with the 6 pieces that you have. Those who are still folding the pieces, please stay busy. I'm trying to keep them away from talking so that you can focus. Okay, this is what you're going to make. Okay? Yes? Now, if some of you want to just try fixing the faces together, go ahead. Okay? If you want to try fixing your pieces together into this shape, just play around with the paper without making any more creases or tearing the paper.
ஆறு பண்ணி முடிச்சவங்க நம்ம அதுதான் பண்ண போகிறோம். உங்களால் முடிஞ்சால் அது பண்ணி பாருங்கள். எப்படி பண்ணலாம்னு யோசிச்சு பாருங்கள். இல்லைன்னா நம்மளும் இப்போ பண்ண போகிறோம். கொஞ்சம் நேரத்தில் எல்லோரும் சேர்ந்து பண்ண போகிறோம். கொஞ்சம் ஒன்றோட ஒன்று எப்படி பொருந்தும்னு கொஞ்சம் முயற்சி பண்ணி பாருங்கள்.
I'm giving you a broad hint. Can you also translate this later? I'm giving you a big hint by taking it apart now. Okay? Watch how I'm opening the model now. Okay?
பாருங்க எப்படி திறக்கறாங்க பாருங்க. இத பார்த்து நம்ம எப்படி இத இணைக்க முடியும்னு கத்துக்க முடியும்.
Okay, done. Okay, 6 pieces. Please raise your hands if you're done with 6 pieces. Less than 6 pieces. 5 pieces, 4 pieces, 3 pieces. Anybody who's not done 5 pieces, 4 pieces?
6 இருக்கணும் உங்ககிட்ட. 6 யார் கிட்ட இல்ல? 6 பண்ணி முடிச்சிட்டீங்களா எல்லாரும்? சரி, பண்ணுவோம் மேல பண்ணுவோம்.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to write something here, because that's how we're going to refer to pieces in origami, okay? This section here, yeah, this section here, this whole section here, okay, is called a flap. Is that okay? This is a flap and this is a flap. Is that okay? Yes? Yes? Flaps always come inside. If you noticed, when I made the cube, I didn't use any glue, but it held together, right? It didn't break. So flaps are what hold a model together. What you see on the outside is called a face. Yeah? This is what you will see on the outside. This side. This will be the face. Yes? Yes? And this line will be called the edge. Have you heard the word edge earlier? Edge or side. Yes? Yeah? And this point here, what do we call it? Where two lines meet? Vertex. Let's simplify. Shall we call it a corner? A vertex?
நீங்க
corner.
எழுத வேண்டிய அவசியம் இல்லை, பாருங்க அது பேர் என்னன்னு சொல்றாங்க, பேர் பாருங்க நீங்க.
A corner or a vertex, right? This corner here, this corner here, this over here, and this over here. Yes? Okay? All right, let's proceed. Now, how many of you have a partner? Raise your hand. Please choose your neighbor. Left or right. Please choose your neighbor.
அஞ்சு பேர் இருக்கீங்களா? எல்லாரும் ரெண்டு பேரா இருக்கீங்களா? பக்கத்துல இருக்கீங்களா?
There also, yeah.
ரெண்டு
I
பேர்
can
வேணும்
see
இப்போ.
2 cubes that are already ready. There's a third one that's already ready. Excellent. I can see 3 cubes that are already ready. Can you raise your cube into the air?
மூணு பேர் ஏற்கனவே பண்ணி முடிச்சிருக்காங்க. யாரு?
Raise your cube into the
அது
air.
காமிங்க நீங்க பண்ணது காமிங்க.
Yeah. 3 of you have already made it. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Very nice. Very nice. But that means if 3 people can do it, the others can also focus and figure it out on your own. Okay? The others can also focus and see if you can do it on your own. But let me get you started, shall we? Take any color. Take any color. Okay? I'm taking an orange. Take any other color. Take any other
முதல்ல
color.
ஏதாவது ஒன்னு எடுத்துங்க.
I'm
அதுக்கே
taking
வச்சுங்க.
a
அப்புறம்
green.
ரெண்டாவது அது தவிர வேற நிறம் எடுத்துங்க. ஆரஞ்சு எடுத்தீங்கன்னா green இன்னொன்னு எடுத்துங்க.
I'm taking a green. Now remember, this was the flap, right? Yeah? This was the flap. The flap will come on the inside of the model. You will not see the flap on the outside. Okay? So I'm going to keep this here, put the green and just make it stand. Now at this point, can I just request that 2 people work on one model so that you can hold it together?
ரெண்டு பேர் சேர்ந்து ஒரு மாடல்ல வேலை செய்யுங்க.
Choose any one. You'll make both models anyway.
ரெண்டு பேர் சேர்ந்து ஒரு இதுல பண்ணி பாருங்க. இந்த ஃபிளாப் வந்து வெளியே தெரிய கூடாது. ஃபிளாப் பகுதி உள்ள தான் இருக்கும்.
I have an orange at my base. I'm going to put a green on the right and another green on the right, like this. Okay? Where my flaps are inside, the flaps are on the inside, the faces are on the outside. Yes? Yes?
பாத்தீங்க ஃபேஸ் எல்லாம் வெளியே வரும், ஃபிளாப் உள்ள இருக்கு.
Now at this point you will need somebody to help you hold the model. Okay? This is why. Just watch very carefully.
பாருங்க ஒருத்தர் பிடிச்சுக்கணும்.
I'm going to add the third color now. So I have an orange base, green walls. Yes? An orange base, green walls. I'm going to take my yellow now. Okay? And I'm going to place it like this. The flap of the yellow will be placed here, underneath the green flaps here. like this. Yes? Underneath the green flags, and then I put my yellow back again.
Yes.
Shall I do this again?
கவனம் பண்ணும், ஒருத்தர் பிடிச்சுக்கணும், இன்னொருத்தர் உள்ள நுழைக்கணும். அது எப்படி அது உள்ள சொருகுறாங்க பாருங்க. ரெண்டு கடையில அந்த மூணாவது போகுது உள்ள. ஆரஞ்சுக்கும் பச்சைக்கும் இடையில போகுது அந்த மஞ்சள்.
And I do the same thing with my other yellow flap also. Okay? So it comes under here, under the green ones here. The 4 people who've made the cube can help their neighbors. That will be great. Your cube will look like this now. How many pieces have we put? How many pieces have we put? 5, exactly. Have you put your 5 pieces? Most of you put your 6 pieces also. Brilliant. Okay. Close your model with the 6th piece. Brilliant. Those of you who are done with your cube, help out your neighbors, help out your partners. Those of you who are just coming, please be quiet. Please enter very quietly. Those of you who are just coming, please enter very quietly. Okay, how many of you are done with the cube? Why are you raising your hand? Raise your cube. Brilliant, brilliant. Yeah. Can you raise your cube again?
எல்லாரும் தூக்கி காமிங்க. பண்ணி முடிச்ச யாரெல்லாம் பண்ணி முடிச்சாச்சு? எங்க உங்களுடைய கியூப்?
Raise your cube again if you're done. Super. Is there anybody who's not done with the cube? Please raise your hand now. If you're not done with the cube, please raise your hand. Okay. Now this cube is the easiest modular origami example. Okay, it's the easiest known example of modular origami. If you come across a simpler model, please message me or mail me. I'd be delighted. Okay, but this is known as one of the easiest examples of modular origami. I'm going to ask you quickly to look at your cube very carefully. Look at your cube very carefully and tell me how many sides does a cube have? 6 sides. Look carefully. Sides are these.
What are sides?
1, 2, 3, 4. How many say 4 sides? Does your cube have only 4 sides? Can you also see here? Can you also see here? Come on, look carefully. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. How many more sides? What about this side? 5, 6, 7, 8. That's all. 4 on top, 4 at the base.
So how many?
4 on the side, exactly. So you have 12 sides, exactly. Super. How many of you can see 12 sides now? You have 4 on the top, 4 at the base, and 4 to hold the base and top separately, right? Yeah, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Is that right? Yes? Okay, super. So how many corners do you have, or how many vertices do you have? Hey, look carefully. Look carefully. 8? 8? Are you sure? Yeah? Can all of you touch 2 opposite vertices? Can you hold the cube by touching 2 opposite vertices? Like this? Yes? Can you also hold the cube like this, where it spins? Can you hold it like this, where it spins?
பண்ணி பாருங்க அப்படி இந்த
Can you
ரெண்டு
hold it
முனையிலும்
like
பிடிக்கணும்
this,
நீங்க
where it spins?
அந்த நுனி இருக்கு இல்லையா இந்த பக்கமும் அதுக்கு நேர் எதிர நுனியும் பிடிச்சிட்டு சுத்தி பாருங்க அப்படி
Yes? Yes? Now if it spins, if you hold a model, okay, if you hold a 3D model like this, and if it keeps spinning continuously, right, the line that joins the 2 points, listen to me carefully, the line that joins the 2 points between my fingers right now is the axis of the model, okay? It's the axis of the model. It's the diagonal of the model, which goes through and through. Yes? So if it spins like this, you're holding the model in half, completely in half. The 3D model is half. That's called the axis of the model, okay? Now can anyone tell me how many faces of the cube do you have? Sure? Very sure? 6? Yeah? Face is this side, right? It's the flat surface of this model, right? Now if I say that each face has 4 corners, is that right? Each face also has 4 edges, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, each face has 4 edges. Yes? How many diagonals does each face have? What are diagonals? Opposite corners joining together? Yes? Okay. So if each face has 2 diagonals, how many diagonals does every cube have? Sure? 12? How 12? 6 faces, 2 diagonals each, 6 into 2 is 12. Excellent. Okay. Excellent. So you have 6 faces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 at the base, and 2 diagonals each. Yes? Yes? Okay. Now if I say that this cube is 3D, what does that mean? What are the 3 dimensions? There's length. It's this long, right? It's this wide, and it's this high, right? Are they all equal or unequal? How do you know? Sorry, because it's a square, because each face is a square, so the length, breadth, and height of a cube are equal. Is that right? Yes? Okay, perfect. Are we planning to take a break right now? Or sorry? That's cool. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's your first model. Okay. It's called the Jackson cube. Okay? So if somebody asks you, what did you do today? You can show off and say you did the Jackson cube. Okay? Every model has a certain name. Typically, it is after the designer's name or the choice of the name that the designer puts. Paul Jackson is the designer of this cube. He runs he stays in Israel and runs the Israel Origami Society there. Okay? And he works with school children from primary to senior classes, and they teach geometry only through origami. Can you imagine? All of your geometry is done only through origami. Yeah? Okay, you can keep this aside. We'll come back to this a little later. You can keep this aside and take out any other sheet that you have, any color. We're going to work with a single color, a single sheet. Sorry?
புதுசாக வந்தவங்க கிட்டலாம் இருக்கா காகிதம் இருக்கா எல்லார்கிட்டையும் இருக்கா இல்லாதவங்க கொஞ்சம் கை தூக்குங்க உங்ககிட்ட இல்லையா எடுத்துருங்க
Are you ready for the next model?
நீங்கள் பண்ணீங்களா
Okay.
எடுத்துட்டு வரணும் நீங்களும் பண்ணலாமே
I have a square sheet of paper. The color does not matter. Okay? I'm going to not show you what to do. I'm going to only tell you what to do. Take the two opposite sides. Take the two opposite sides and bring them together. Take any two opposite sides of the square that you have, bring them together and make the crease. Could you translate that?
Together make the crease.
Yeah.
எதிரான இருக்க ரெண்டு எட்ஜஸ்ல அது ரெண்டுத்தையும் நீங்கள் ஒன்றா கொண்டு வந்து நீங்கள் கையால் அந்த கோடு கிழிக்கணும் எழுத்த மரணம் அவங்க எழுதுறதை நீங்கள் எழுத வேண்டாம் உங்களுக்கு புரியறதுக்காக எழுதுறாங்க அவங்க பண்ணுற மாதிரி நீங்கள் பண்ணணும் ஆமாம் ஃபுல் க்ரீஸ் பண்ணு
Full crease. So let's do it this way. Get the two opposite sides together, fold them, crease them. Yes? Yes?
எல்லாரும் பண்ணியாச்சா
You don't have to write anything. Okay? Please don't write anything. You don't have to write it. I'm just writing it so that it's clearer to you. So with this one crease, I've divided my square into two equal parts. Are they equal? How do you know they're equal? So you fold them together. So in origami, showing something is equal to another is very easy. You just put them together. So if I put these two rectangles together and there is no extra paper, that means they're equal. Right? Simple, no? Simpler than geometry? Yeah? Okay. Now just as I divided my whole square into two equal rectangles, okay, can you divide this whole square into 4 equal squares? Don't tell me, do it. Please don't tell me, just do it. So you need a crease over here, right? So 1, 2, 3 and 4. How would you do that?
ஃபோர் ஈக்குவல் ஸ்கொயர்ஸ் 4 ஸ்கொயர்ஸ் இருக்கணும்
4 equal squares. Yes. You don't have to make any more sets. Okay, has everybody got it? Shall I do it for mine? Fold it like this, crease it, open it, fold it like this, and you crease it. Yes? So you have 4 equal squares? Yes? Okay. Now the thinking exercise for all of you. If by making 2 creases, I divided my square into 4 equal squares, can you tell me how will you make it into 16 equal squares? How will you fold so that you have 16 equal squares. Don't do it. Don't say it, just do it. Don't say it, just do it. 16 equal squares.
இன்னும் நீங்கள் எவ்வளோ க்ரீஸ் பண்ணணும் யோசிச்சு பண்ணுங்க. 16 பிரிக்கணும் அது.
Good. Good. Yeah, so that's fairly simple, right? If I fold this into half and I fold this into quarter and I fold this further and I fold this as well. Once I open this, is this what you have? Is this what you have? Is this what you have? Yes? Yes. Okay. So you have 16 equal squares here. Yeah. Do you have another sheet of paper? Another sheet of paper. Do you all have another sheet of paper? If you don't make a noise, please just raise your hands. Do you have another sheet of paper? Right? You've made 16 squares here. Right? Yeah? Now what if I say, with the other sheet of paper, can you divide this paper into 16 equal parts? I'm not saying squares. You can make squares, okay? But other than what we just did, can you divide this into 16 equal parts? You have 2 minutes to think and do. Okay? 16 equal parts.
இதுக்கு முன்னாடி என்ன பண்ணோம்? அது 16 சதுரமா பிரிச்சோம். 16 ஸ்கொயர்ஸ். இப்போ வந்து ஸ்கொயர்ஸ்னு சொல்லலாங்க. 16 பகுதியா பிரிக்கணும். ஆனா சமமா இருக்கணும். எப்படி பண்ணலாம் அத? யோசிச்சு நீங்களா பண்ணுங்க. 16 சரியா 16 இருக்கணும் நீங்க பிரிச்சதுல.
So you could make 16 equal rectangles. You could make 16 equal rectangles.
பண்ணி பாருங்க எப்படி பண்ணுவீங்க? 16 ரெக்டாங்கிள் எப்படி பண்ணுவீங்க?
I suggest if you're quieter, you'll be able to focus a little better and think on your own. This is not a group activity. You'll really have to think.
தனியா ஒவ்வொருத்தரும் யோசிச்சு பண்ணி பாருங்க. யோசிச்சு பண்ணி பாருங்க. 16 பிரிக்கணும். 16 எப்படி பிரிக்க முடியும்? 16 ரெக்டாங்கிளா பிரிக்கணும்னு சொல்லிட்டாங்க அவங்க. பண்ணி முடிச்சவங்க காமிங்களா என்ன பண்ணிருக்கீங்க? 16 இருக்கா? எட்டாம் அடிச்சு 16 இருக்கா? யாராவது பண்ணி முடிச்சிட்டீங்களா? பண்ணி முடிச்சா தூக்கி காமிங்க. பண்ணிருக்கீங்க? Lot of them.
Is there any other way to do it?
வேற ஏதாவது இப்போ பண்ணி காமிக்கிறாங்க பாருங்களேன். இது போல நீங்க 16 பிரிச்சிருக்கலாம். 16 ரெக்டாங்கிளா அப்படியே நேரா மடிச்சு 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 பாதியா 4 8 16 பண்ணிருக்கலாம்.
One example of making 16 equal rectangles. I can see someone over there who is showing me triangles, which is brilliant, which means you're thinking differently. Are there 16? Are there 16? 16 triangles? Absolutely. Absolutely. Any other ways of doing this? You can also have 16 equal identical shapes which are not triangles, not rectangles, a random shape. How many of you have understood how I did this? How many of you have understood how I did this? I took a sheet of paper. I'll take you through this in 10 seconds. Okay? Yeah? I took a sheet of paper, half, quarter, okay, 8 parts, yes, and 16 parts. Yes? So every rectangle is this size. When I open it, I'll find I have 16 equal rectangles. Yes? Yes? Okay, perfect. Now what I want you to focus on is this. Each time I'm drawing this line and cutting the square into 4 parts for sure. Then I'm taking the square and dividing this into 4 equal parts. Is that right? Yeah? So are there other ways of cutting this square into 4 equal parts? One example is there, right? Those guys have divided this into a triangle. So what they've done is, they've taken the sheet of paper. Let me take a new one. They've folded this into half. Can you see this? Half, quarter. Yes? I have 4 sheets. Are you understanding this? Yes? Are you understanding this? Okay. So that's 4 sheets of paper, and then I just fold the diagonals. So I cut this square. Just watch here for a second. Watch here for a second. I cut this into 2 equal triangles, and I cut this or fold this into 4 equal triangles. Is that right? So every square has 4 equal triangles. Is that right? So when I open it, I'll have 16 equal triangles. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Is that right? Yes? Yeah? Okay. We'll take a break from here. Okay? If I say that you can cut the square into infinity number of equal parts, I really mean this. Okay? If I give you this homework, this is a thinking exercise now. Okay? This square sheet of paper has been now shown to be in 3, I've given you 3 examples of cutting this into 16 equal parts. There are triangles, there are squares, and there are rectangles. But these are only 3 examples out of an infinite number of possibilities. Okay? Your homework is this. Go back home, grab 2 or 3 square sheets of paper, play around with these creases. The only clue is, whatever you do with 1 square over here gets multiplied into 4. So try asking yourself, how can I cut this into any 4 equal parts? Okay? It doesn't have to be a perfect shape. It can be a random quadrilateral like this. Okay? That's a broad hint. Will you think over this? I'm not sure if I've made this very clear to them. Okay. Can you translate that to them? Is it?
சரி என்ன பண்ணி இப்போ முதல்ல வந்து இது 16 சதுரமாக பிரித்தோம். வி டிவைட் இன்டு 16 ஸ்கொயர்ஸ். அப்புறம் 16 ரெக்டாங்குலாக பிரிச்சிங்க. நிறைய பேர் பண்ணிங்களே, அந்த பட்டி பட்டியாக வந்தது. அப்புறம் சில பேர் வந்து 16 முக்கோணமாக பிரிச்சுனாங்க, 16 ட்ரையாங்கிள்ஸ் வந்தது. அது எப்படி பண்ணி காமிச்சாங்களா? 16 ஒவ்வொரு அந்த 4ஆக பிரித்து ஒரு பகுதியில் வந்து நீங்கள் 4ஆக பிரிச்சிங்கன்னா ஒவ்வொன்றுமே அப்படி பிரிஞ்சிடும். அதனால் மொத்தம் 16 வந்துடும். அப்போ நம்ம 16 ஸ்கொயர் பண்ணியாச்சு, 16 ரெக்டாங்கிளாக பண்ணியாச்சு, 16 ட்ரையாங்கிளாகவும் பண்ணியாச்சு. இதெல்லாம் இங்கே பார்த்தோம். நாங்கள் என்ன சொல்கிறாங்க, இதுக்கும் மேலே பல விதத்தில் நீங்கள் இதை 16ஆக பிரிக்கலாம். 16 சமமான பகுதிகளாக பிரிக்கலாம். நீங்கள் 16 நீங்கள் எப்படி வேணால் கேட்சிடலாம், அப்படி கேட்கக்கூடாது. நீங்கள் பண்ணுற 16 பகுதியும் ஒரே மாதிரி இருக்கணும். அது போல் பல விதங்களில் பண்ணலாம். உதாரணமாக இது போல் அந்த குவாட்ரிலேட்டரல் மாதிரி ஒன்று பண்ணலாம். அது நீங்கள் எப்படி பண்ணணும்னு வீட்டுக்கு போய் யோசிச்சு பாருங்கள். வீட்டுக்கு போய் நீங்கள் ஒரு பெருசாக ஒரு காகிதம் எடுத்து மடித்து இது எப்படி பண்ணணும். இது பண்ணுறதுக்கு இது ஒரு விடை மட்டும் இல்லை, பல விடைகள் இருக்குது. பல விதமாக நீங்கள் இப்படி பண்ணலாம். இந்த ரெக்டாங்கிள், ட்ரையாங்கிள், ஸ்கொயர் தவிர இது எண்ணில் அடங்காத முறைகள் இருக்குது. எவ்வளோ இன்ஃபினிட் நம்பர் ஆஃப் வேஸ், எத்தனை முறையில் வேணாலும் பண்ணலாம். ஒரு முறையாவது பண்ண முடியுமா பண்ணி பாருங்க, ஒரு விதத்திலாவது பண்ண முடியுமா பண்ணி பாருங்க.
Yeah, so I hope you think about it. One clue is on the screen right now. Okay? One clue is on the screen right now.
மார்க்குன்னு எப்படி பார்ப்பீங்க?
Yeah? Yes? Okay. Okay, take another sheet of paper now. Do you have another sheet of paper? A brand new sheet of paper. Do all of you have a sheet of paper? Yes. Okay. The color doesn't matter again. This is a single sheet. Okay, so far what we've been doing with our models is that we've been making parallel lines. Okay? Parallel lines are like this. They are like railway tracks. They never meet. Otherwise there'll be an accident, right? Parallel lines are like railway tracks, right? These lines will never meet. Even if I have a long sheet of paper, they will never meet. The distance remains constant. Okay? Now we're going to do a model where we have intersecting lines. Right? Intersecting lines are where lines meet at one corner, at least one corner. Is that fine? Could you just translate that for me?
இது வரைக்கும் நம்ம பண்ணது எல்லாமே இந்த சதுரம், ரெக்டாங்கிள்லாம் வச்சு பண்ணோம். இப்போ இதெல்லாமே பேரலல் லைன்ஸ். இந்த கோடுகள்லாம் சேரவே சேராது, எப்போவுமே ஒட்டு போயிட்டே இருக்கும். இப்போ வந்து சேரக்கூடிய கோடுகள், இன்டர்செக்டிங் லைன்ஸ் வச்சு பண்ண போகிறோம். எப்படி பண்ணுறோம்னு பார்ப்போம்.
Yeah? Okay. Now I'm not going to speak too much. Just fold with me. Okay? I'm getting two opposite corners together and making the diagonal of this square. Yes? How many equal triangles? 2. Can you make 4 equal triangles? Please go ahead. Please make 4 equal triangles. Two opposite corners, right? The line that joins two opposite corners is called a diagonal, right? This is a diagonal. These are the corners or the vertices, and these are the edges or the sides, right? Yeah? Okay. Now turn the paper over. Turn the paper over. Yes? Get the two opposite edges together. So fold the two opposite edges together like this. So you'll have this line, right? And fold the other two edges, divide this into 4 equal squares. Like that. Yes? Right? So on one side, you can see 4 equal squares. On the other side, you can see 4 equal triangles. Yes? Okay. Now you'll have to play around with your paper to fold it into a square on square like this. Get these edges together and put them together like this. If your paper is turning out to be like a mountain or a pyramid like this, okay, just turn it over. Press this point down and make a square on square. Get all 4 corners of the square together like this. Flatten. Can you see this? Can you see this? You have 2 flaps on one side, 2 flaps on the other. Flatten it down like this. Turn it over. You have triangle on triangle. Turn it over. Fold it the other way. Okay. Some of you have a triangle on triangle like this. Okay. If you have a triangle on triangle, that's not what we want. Okay. So open it and then press this and push it down so that all 4 corners come together. Yes? Those who have a triangle on triangle, a triangular shape like this, imagine this is a mountain, this is the peak of the mountain. I'm going to push this down and convert this into a square on square. I have 2 squares here, like this. How many of you have got this? How many of you have got this? If you haven't, this corner, can I have some volunteers help them please? This corner here. Yes, perfect. So the direction will matter. Yeah, 1 second.
It might help to start from here and then, maybe,
Open it up, squash
Yeah.
it up. That's also okay.
Yeah, maybe you can give them an alternate way of doing it also if some.
Then they'll all get confused.
Okay.
If you have a triangle on triangle like this, okay, where if you flatten it you get a triangle like this. Please look here. If you have a triangle base like this, it's not a problem. All you need to do is open it from here and push this down. So you get the corners together. Get the corners together. Okay, and flatten it down. Please look left and right and help your neighbor. Can you help him, please? There's a triangle on triangle there. Please help your neighbors. Please help him. Up there, balcony seats. Are you all ready with your square on square? Yes? Okay. What about this side? What about this side? Can you help her? Can the 2 of you please help your neighbors? This is not an exam that you can't cheat. Please cheat. Please look left and right, ask for help, give help. Super. Thanks. Okay. Do we all have a square on square? Excellent. Okay. Now can you keep it in a manner that the center of the paper is away from you and the corners are towards you? I'm here, the corner is towards me, the center of the paper is away from me. Can you keep it like that? See, it matters which edge you fold, okay? This will be the edge of the paper. Can you see the open edge here? Yeah? The open edges are closest to you. The closed edges are away from you. So can you please translate that for me? The center of the paper away from you, the corner close to you.
I'll try. Though இந்த நடுப்பகுதி இருக்குல்ல அது பிரியாம இருக்கு. இந்த பக்கத்துல இருந்தீங்கன்னா இது இப்படி வச்சீங்கன்னா இங்க திறந்து இருக்கும். திறந்து இருக்கிற பகுதியெல்லாம் உங்ககிட்ட இருக்கணும். இங்க மூடி இருக்கிற பகுதியெல்லாம் விலகி இருக்கணும். எதிர இருக்கணும். இப்படி உங்களை பார்த்து வாய் திறக்கணும் அது.
Yes? Yeah? Okay. All right. So the center of the paper is away from you. The corner of your sheet, this side is the open side. Okay. So I have four layers here. Okay. This is towards me. Okay. Now the two edges of this square that join at the center. Okay. That join at the center, fold them inside towards this diagonal. Get these two edges to fold like this and like this. And do the same thing on the other side. Turn it over and fold it like this. What is this shape called? Does anybody know what is this shape called? Kite? Ice cream cone? Kite? Yes? What's a kite shape? How do you define a kite shape? How is it different from a square? How is this different from this?
ஸ்கொயர் இல்லையா? அது ஸ்கொயர் இல்லைன்னு எப்படி சொல்லுவீங்க? Four sides are
correct.
Not equal.
All four sides of a square are equal, right? But only in a kite, only two edges are equal. This is equal to this, and this is equal to this, right? But here, unlike a rectangle, the two equal edges meet. Remember, in a rectangle they don't meet. Yes? In a rectangle, imagine this is the rectangle that I'm talking of. This side is equal to this side, but they don't meet. They are parallel like this. Similarly here, these two are equal, but they will never meet. Right? In a kite, on the other hand, two equal sides meet at one corner and the other two equal sides meet at the opposite corner. Yes? Yeah? How many edges in a kite? How many corners? 4? 6? 4. Yeah, 4. How many diagonals in a kite? 2. 3? 2. Okay. All right. What we'll do now is we'll open the kite. Before we open the kite, supposing this is an ice cream cone and this is the ice cream over here. Okay. Make this ice cream melt completely like this. Okay. Fold all the layers on one side like this. Imagine the ice cream is melting completely onto the cone. Yes? To make the creases sharper, fold the same thing. On the same crease, fold it, you folded it in front, fold it at the back. Same thing. What shape is this now? Triangle, exactly. Is it a special triangle? Is it a special triangle? Isosceles triangle? Equilateral triangle? How do you know it's isosceles? Anyone? Must be the right answer. Okay. All right. Okay. So you open the ice cream again. The ice cream that had melted, it's unmelted. Open the kite into a square. Okay. In fact, open the whole paper. Here. Does it feel like you've made hundreds of creases suddenly? Yes? Yes? 24 creases? 24 creases? 16 creases? It depends on how you count the crease. Is the crease from here to here, or is it from here to here? Let's look at full creases like this. How many such lines have you made? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the diagonals which you had made earlier, right? Do you have 8? 8 lines suddenly? Are they parallel lines or intersecting lines? Why? Because they're all meeting at the center. Yes? But there are also some lines on your paper that are not meeting at the center. Can you see them? Can you see them? Yeah? Are they these ones? 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? What happens if I fold them inside? If I fold all 4 of them inside, what is this weird shape called? How many corners does this weird shape have? If I fold these triangles, how many corners? 8 corners? Yes? Everybody on top? 8 corners? Do you have 8 corners? Yeah? Okay. An 8 cornered figure like this with equal sides is called an octagon. Okay? It's called an octagon. Alright? How many edges does it have? 8 edges. 8 edges, 8 corners. Right? Okay. What we are now going to do is we are going to convert this into a 3D model. Okay? Right now it's a 2D model. What does that mean? It's 2 dimensions. It has only length and breadth or width, right? Only length and breadth. Does it have any height? It doesn't have any height, right? So it's a flat model. If you can keep a model between the pages of a book, it's called a 2D model. Okay? A 3D model like this, you can never keep in the middle of a book, right? Can you translate that for me? I'm not sure. Yeah? You've understood that? Okay, cool. All right. So what we'll now do is we'll convert this into a 3D model. Okay? And then you tell me whether you recognize the shape. I have a feeling you would have seen the shape. It's not a cube. Okay? What I'm now going to do is this. Every time I have an edge which doesn't have this flap, listen to me very carefully, slightly tricky. Okay? If I have an edge which doesn't have this flap, I fold these 2 triangles together, triangle A and triangle B. I fold them together like this, Okay? Don't do it right now, just watch me. I promise I'll do it 100 times again. If I have an edge which doesn't have this flap, okay, I take the central line of that edge, okay, and I fold it backwards like this, okay. The two triangles come together, they're obviously equal because they're one on top of the other, right. I flatten them on one side and I open the flap and close it on top so that it locks it. Shall I do this again? Yes? Yeah? Okay. This is the edge of my octagon. This is the edge of my octagon. It doesn't have a flap. Okay? So I'm going to take this entire triangle and just hide it away. Okay? How do I hide it away? I'm going to take the central line, this line, lift it up like this, pinch these two triangles together. Can you see how I get these two together? Like this? Yes? Just do this much right now. Just do this much right now. Get the edge, okay, and fold it on the central line. Put these two together. So you have this flap over here. Flatten this onto one side like this. Open the flap and put it on top so that the flap holds this together. Yes? How many of you have not got it? Raise your hand. Please raise your hand if you have not got it. Please cheat. Please look at your neighbors. Please ask for help. Demand help from your neighbors. Now what if I say this? Your octagon has 4 edges that have flaps, 4 edges that don't have flaps, okay? 4 edges that have flaps and 4 edges that don't have flaps, yes? Yeah? Now what you need to do now is that all the edges that don't have flaps have to be hidden under the flap that we just did, okay? So I take this edge, fold it, put it under this. Then this is another flap. Yes? This is another edge without a flap. So I fold this and put it under the flap. Can you do that for all 4 edges that don't have a flap? I have this shape with me when I finish. I'll do this again for you, so don't worry. This is how your finished shape should look. Shall I do this again? Yes? Shall I do this again? Flap, flap 2, flap 3, flap 4. You have an octagon. The edge with no flap, fold, hide. Another edge with no flap, fold and hide. Another edge with no flap, fold and hide. And the last one will make the base as a square. Once you have this, flatten this just to make your creases sharper. open it, flatten on the other side, make the creases sharper again, and see if you can make it stand like this. Just quietly raise your hands if you've finished. Just raise your hands if you've finished. Raise your model if you've finished. Raise your model if you've finished. Raise your hand if your neighbor has finished. Raise your hand if your neighbor has finished. Because if your neighbor has not finished, you need to help them right now. Okay? Raise your hand if your neighbor is not helping you. Your neighbor is not helping you? Which is your neighbor? Let me look at your neighbor. Please help your neighbor. I think somebody here needs help. Do you need help here? It's the other way. The flaps need to be on the inside. If you need help, just raise your hands. I can broadcast your need for help. Raise hands if you need help. There's somebody there who needs help. Is there anybody on top who needs help? Okay, those who are done can do some thinking now. How many faces does your shape have? The base is a hollow, right? If the four triangles here were made to meet, then it would be a face, right? The base is a hollow right now. How many faces does it have? How many edges does your model have? Edges. How many edges? You can show me with your hands. How many edges? How many edges? 8. Sure? Are you sure? How do you have 8 edges? What about this side? How many edges do you have? 5? How do you have 5 edges? Can you explain it to me? 1, not corners, edges. Edges are sides. Corners are points. Edges are these, lines. How many edges? 4 edges? 8 edges? 5 edges? How many say 5? Okay, how many say 4? 4? How many say 8? Okay, okay, I'm going to count the number of edges on my model now, okay? Watch. Can you see it from the top? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 edges? Yes? Brilliant. Okay. How many vertices do you have? Corners. Vertices are the same as corners. How many corners do you have? A corner is where 2 lines meet. At least 2 lines meet. 5? How many say 5? How many say 4? How many say 1? This? Is there 1 vertex? Do you have only 1 vertex? No? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes? So you have 5 vertices. How many edges did we count? 8. Brilliant. How many faces do we have in this shape? Faces are the flat surfaces. 4. This is confusing. So you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, but this is a hollow here, right? If I put these together, then I have a 5th face here, right? Otherwise, you have 4 faces. Yes? How many different shapes can you see in this model? How many different shapes can you see? 3? Did somebody say 3? Can you see 3 faces? It's 3 shapes. What are the 3 shapes that you can see? Square, triangle, rectangle. Where is the rectangle? Okay. If you're saying this is a cone, it's not a cone. A cone has a curved surface. What is this shape called? What? It's called a pyramid. Yes, it's a pyramid with a square base. Yeah, so you can see a square here and you can see this triangle. What kind of a triangle is that? Isosceles. Isosceles. Isosceles, 2 sides are equal, 3rd side is not. So I can see a triangle, I can see a square, and I can see a pyramid. I've made a pyramid, right? So there are 3 kinds of shapes that you can see. Yeah? How many vertices in this entire shape? Listen to me carefully. How many vertices have only 2 edges meeting? At how many vertices do you have only 2 edges meeting? 4? Look very carefully. It's a trick question. Okay? At how many vertices do you have only 2 edges meeting? At how many vertices do you have only 2 edges meeting? 8? We have 8 vertices. 2? 2? 3? Okay, let's look at this vertex here. Okay? Can you see this vertex here? Okay? I have 1 edge, I have the 2nd edge, and I have the 3rd edge. Yes? I have 1 edge, I have the second edge, and I have the third edge meeting at one corner. And that will be the same for all four corners? Yeah, that will be the same for all four corners. So I have 1, 2, and 3 meeting at every corner. Yes, I have the length, the breadth, and the height meeting at every corner. Is that right? Yeah. So do you have any corner where you have 2 edges meeting? Do you have any corner where you have 2 edges meeting? You don't, right? In a 3D model, you can't have a corner with just 2 edges meeting because you have 3 dimensions. There has to be a height. There has to be a length and a breadth and a height, right? But in this model, you have one corner here which has more than 3 edges meeting. Yes? How many edges are meeting here? 4 edges are meeting here? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yes? Yes? Brilliant. Is there anybody who's not understood what this is called, or how many faces, or how many edges, or how many shapes? Can you quickly ask your partners and your neighbors? Quickly ask your partners, how many corners are there? Quickly. You don't have to say it aloud, say it only to your partner. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to leave you with one thinking exercise now. Okay, one little puzzle. Okay, and that will be the last that we'll talk about right now, and that will be the end of the session. If you have a pyramid right now, okay, which has a square base, exactly with the same model, can you make a pyramid with a triangle base? Okay. So what I mean is. One second. How do I make this? Yeah? How do I make this? Where I have a pyramid, okay, and I have 3 faces, and the base is a triangle. I won't show you how. That's your thinking question. Yeah, you have a square here, right? How would you make it into a triangle base? Won't tell you. Think about it. Okay? I really hope you've enjoyed today's session. I've had a good time watching all of you. I hope you go back and practice this, because statistics tells us that if you don't practice a model for less than 7 times, you're likely to forget it. Okay? So please go back home and make it not 7 times, but maybe 1 more time. Would you? Yes, no, something. Please go back home and practice this model, a couple of models, and play around with paper as much as you can. Thank you very much for being so patient. Thanks a lot. Thank you.